we're gonna start with Erling Haaland. Very, very, popular player in the Prem. So we want to make sure we give you guys all the updates on him every single chance we get. So Erling Haaland has been out for the past few weeks with a stress-related injury in his foot. And we actually covered the majority of his injury on our previous stream. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. We have a video just for him. But what we're going to talk about today is his actually returning to training. So he was actually able to return to training, and we're going to go through what the media has recently reported on him. We're going to go through that together. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me just pull up his little article here. Erling, where you at, my guy? Erling Haaland, where you at, my guy? Where you at, Erling? There we go. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and share my screen here? And perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up his most up-to-date. There we go. All right. So Manchester City's Erling Haaland has posted an update. Oh my God, so many ads, man. These ads are out of control these days. These ads are out of control. Manchester City's Erling Haaland has posted an update on his recovery from a foot injury. The striker has not featured for Pep Guardiola's side since the 1-0 defeat to Aston Villa in early December. He was pictured back at training for the beginning of January on his journey to full fitness. Haaland was also involved in the club's warm weather camp in Abu Dhabi during the winter break. And on Monday, he posted an update on social media hinting he was near a return to action. The Norwegian was pictured lacing his boots along the caption, "Oh, how I have missed this." Well, what exactly is going on in the case of Erling Haaland? Well, we do know that he had a stress-related injury in his foot. And the most common place to get a stress-related injury in the foot is one of two places. You can either get it in the navicular bone or you can get it in the fifth metatarsal. The navicular bone being this one right here, which is very important in terms of weight bearing through the foot, like we discussed in our last stream, or through the fifth metatarsal heel. And my guess is that when Erling Haaland posted that picture with his boots back on, saying that he's missed this so much, is that was actually Erling Haaland's first day back running on flat grass without any sort of assistance. And you may be wondering, well, if he's starting to return to run now on flat grass, how is it that his return might be relatively soon? Well, in the world of elite sport, you have so many tools at your disposal. So it's very likely that Erling Haaland was running on something called a Ultra G treadmill, a treadmill that can actually take your body weight away from you. And instead of running at, let's say Erling Haaland is 200 pounds, you can set the treadmill and be like, hey, I weigh 200 pounds, but off weight me by 50%. So it's really only like I'm running 100 pounds, and that's a lot less force. That force going through your foot is cut in half. You can also do things like bike conditioning. You can do swimming. You can do a rower. You can do an assault bike, all sorts of things to keep your endurance nice and high. So that way, when you return to the pitch, all of that endurance is pretty much worked up, and you just have to fine tune a few things when it comes to on-field specific rehab. So that is the latest for Erling Haaland. I would still be surprised if you see him relatively soon on the pitch, just because he is going to need a very good ramp up. It's not like he's going to be able to train for, a week or two and immediately go back to playing 90 minutes for Manchester City. What I would expect is a very slow ramp up in his training load. And as that training load during training with Guardiola increases every week, you'll see him more and more and more in terms of matches. And of course, Manchester City have all the data and all the tools in the world to be able to track all of that. And hopefully he'll be back soon with minimal to no risk of re-injury. So that is Erling Haaland. That is a very interesting injury, and we'll be sure to continue to follow that case. So If you guys haven't already, be sure to like, follow, subscribe to the channel. And